I'm Cristina from the Autistic Realm and from the Positively Pink blog. One of the things I'm really interested in is our emergent autistic culture, and this is a contribution to it. First off, I'm going to talk about wellbeing. Many autistic people need to put some strategies in place in order to stay well and the best they can be. The most important one for me is art therapy. I have alexithymia, like a lot of autistic people do. What that means is, the word itself means the inability to name emotion. You can feel them, you know they're there, but there's a difficulty in reading them and then knowing what to do with them. And I struggled with that all my life until I found art therapy. Art therapy is a process. It's not art classes where you make pretty things. It's a process with a therapist who guides you into a calm space so that then you go on and make something. Different people use different media. For me, I really like collage, and I will sit there and I'll make something. Then once it's done, your therapist will walk you through it. You look at your work, you think about it, and you ask, okay, if this picture could talk to me, what would it say? Now, for me, when I look at my work, it's like reading an emotional guidebook. I suddenly know things about myself that I wasn't aware of. I'll give an example. I made a piece last week, and I thought it was a piece about feeling, about home, about feeling safe, secure, because that's what I thought I felt. I felt like I had my life in order. I knew what was going on. Yes, the anxiety's not great. I need to sleep a bit more. But, roughly okay. And then I did my work. And I realised that right now, because we're in time of plague, COVID-19, I hadn't realised just how much I'm struggling from the isolation of being at home and being responsible for the other members of my family, for holding their anxiety in place. If I hadn't done the art therapy work, I wouldn't have known that. At some stage, the emotions would have come out and I would have had to deal with them, but I wouldn't necessarily have known what they were. But art therapy lets me learn things about myself that I wouldn't know easily. So I recommend it a lot to parents of autistic children. I figure it's worth the try. It can be funded on the NDIS, and it's an expressive way of managing emotion, and I think it works brilliantly for my emotional regulation. Now, my next thing is what makes me thrive as an autistic person. And I can tell you exactly, and it's only recently that I realised, but I can tell you exactly. It's Autistic Friends. Not just autistic peers, but autistic friends. I was actually asked a question by a parent that led me to that startling discovery. She said her daughter understood that she was autistic and was really quite happy with herself being autistic. But she'd hit that pre-teen age, the tweens, and suddenly she knew she was different. And although intellectually she was happy with herself as autistic, she was starting to question her differences. And there was an uncertainty growing. And it suddenly hit me, reading that, was, well, of course she feels that. She doesn't know anyone else is autistic, her age, like her. And that's what I told the mother in gentler words. But that's when I realised for myself, when you get your diagnosis, that's great, that's self-awareness, and it's wonderful. For me, it was liberation. But that's theoretical knowledge. It's not unless you have autistic friends, people who think in similar ways, act in similar ways. When you do an info dump, they understand it and they love it too. That's what makes me thrive, my autistic friends. And between taking care of my wellbeing and having my friends, I have the most amazing autistic life, more than I could ever have imagined.